There is one sales mindset that you need that will make you unstoppable. But before I do, let me ask you one question. Would you rather be guided and helped to an outcome, or would you rather be told exactly what to do, like you're incapable of thinking for yourself? I don't know about you, but for me, I personally hate being told what to do. And most super successful people, probably like yourself, they're like that too. They don't like being told what to do. They want to go take action, do things themselves, and figure out things for themselves. I guess that makes me a rebel. Call it what you want. But I do remember growing up as a little kid, and just like many of you guys, there were many things that my parents told me not to do, and I did anyway. One prime example of this was with razors, the kind that you like shave your face with. My mom would always constantly tell me, don't touch that, it's gonna hurt you, it's gonna cut you, it's super sharp, don't mess with it. But for me, I wanted a beard, I wanted to shave my face a little bit, I wanted to mess with it, see if it actually was sharp, if she was full of it, all that good stuff. So with that, obviously you know that there is a select few people you could probably name, or it might just be yourself, that 100% they're gonna get told what not to do and they're gonna go do it anyway. Now keep in mind, I was maybe like 5 or 6 years old when this happened, but I definitely wanted to see what the heck was going on with that razor. It seemed obviously dangerous, but yet interesting and exciting, and I wanted to see what was going on. And I think the most exciting part, of course, was trying not to get caught with it. So I did. One day I walked into the bathroom to see what this razor contraption was all about. If it was truly sharp, if it was actually gonna cut me, and if I could grow a beard in the process. And then probably 5 seconds later, I ran straight to the living room crying and freaking out because I had a little razor cut on my finger that was running down my finger. There's blood all over the place. I was freaking out, but I had figured out exactly what that contraption was and exactly why my mom told me not to touch it. Now, despite the fact that I was completely and utterly wrong about that situation, my parents in the future still warned me about not doing stuff, and I did it anyway, multiple times before I learned the lesson. And the reality is, I know a ton of people just like this, because at the end of the day, most people just don't like being told what to do. Or they enjoy the rebel side as well, which is trying to figure out, and their curiosity gets to them and all that good kind of stuff. Now, on the flip side to this story, when I was growing up as a little kid, I had a heck of a baseball coach, which was my dad. He taught me how to have absolutely fantastic mechanics when it came to pitching, which for those of you that don't know what pitching is, that's just throwing the baseball. It's the main guy up there that actually throws the baseball the whole time. But every day when he would come home from work, I would come home from school, we would drill and practice everything that we possibly could, from balance to technique to how you're supposed to throw it to how you're supposed to follow through, everything. Now, because of this, I went on to play college ball and was actually a really, really good pitcher. I could throw super hard, I could throw accurate, and I could strike a lot of people out. Now, all of that was contributed not to being told what not to do, but being coached and guided through the process, and even letting myself figure out some of the things that I was doing wrong on my own. What he would do is he would show me some of the mistakes that most people make when we watched film, or we watched a pro game, or we watched one of my games. And then what we would do after that is we would drill it the right way. Of course, so that way I could be a better player. And one of the key things is he would ask me questions on how I could improve something, or what I would do in this type of situation if this were to happen. And that allowed me to arrive at the answer on my own rather than being told what to do. And the cool thing about this is not one time did I get the urge to rebel against that. Because again, I wasn't being told what to do. I was being guided and helped through the process. Now, obviously that is an interesting story. And the reason that I told you that story in particular is because there is one key way that will change your mindset and make you unstoppable when it comes to sales. And it's realizing that you, along with so many others, hate being told what to do. So here's the tip. Just don't do that. Guide them instead. Help them along their journey. Ask them questions that they could potentially come to the answer to. So for example, rather than telling someone they need to make this decision, or they need to change their life because of this, or maybe even they need to buy this product because of XYZ, just ask good questions instead. Ask how they would like to change their life, and then give them a few pointers on that. Ask them how this product or this service would help them, what it would do for them, and then guide them in that right direction. Another good question is to ask them how they typically make decisions, and then show them that you or someone else took a very similar decision approach to what it is that you guys are trying to come to a conclusion to. And a lot of that comes down to asking the right questions so they can come to the answer, but also you relating to them. You had a similar path to this decision. How did you do it? Maybe somebody you know had a similar path to what they're going through right now. Be relatable, make it relatable, and also make sure that you let them arrive to the answer. These are all super great questions, super great tips. Like I said, the moment of all and the thing that's gonna change your mindset so that you become unstoppable is one thing and one thing only. Stop telling people what to do because you don't like it either. Just guide them instead and you will skyrocket, not only in sales, but in your daily life as well. It's not about telling, it's always about guiding and serving. Now, one of the stories that stood out to me in the Bible, for example, was Jesus actually washed apostles' feet. If he can do that, you need to make sure that you're actually washing the feet of everybody that steps in front of you, serving them to the highest level, not combating them, not telling them what to do, but guiding them in the right direction to ensure that they change their life. That alone will make you unstoppable. So make sure you do that and you will kill it. Now, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure and hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you like content just like this and you love being able to learn all that good stuff, I have an entire program set out just for people like you that want to take action, that want to kill it, that want to actually change their life. And the cool thing about it, it's only $17. There'll be a link in the description below. Make sure and check that out. And if you like this, hit that like button so that way we can get this out to a ton of people and make sure that they can start changing lives as well.